Most people on a spiritual path have heard of ascension symptoms. And if you haven't, ascension symptoms are anytime you feel off or a little out of sorts. It could be a headache, it could be, body aches, it could be fatigue, vertigo, you name it. These can all be attributed to ascension symptoms. And today I'm going to talk about why ascension symptoms are dangerous. I'm Waxela Sananda. Thank you for joining me. So before I jump into that, I just have to tell you, I sat down a little bit ago to do this video, and I live in Florida in front of a lake, and there was all of this commotion in front of my window, my office, and I looked out and there were two alligators rolling around in the lake. And so I went out there and took some video. I mean, I kept my distance, but they were pretty close and they were bellowing. So it's alligator mating season. I can't tell for sure whether, I think that was a display of a territory dispute rather than an actual mating ceremony. But yeah, these two alligators were circling each other and really making quite a display and a lot of splashes. Maybe I'll include a little video of that. I took just, cell phone video. I'm not a National Geographic photographer or anything, but I did get some video of it and it's fascinating. And to hear them bellow, it's so interesting. Like it's guttural. It sounds like something very, very ancient, very powerful. So it is mating season and there's a lot of alligator activity, but it's rare for me to see it right in front of my lanai. And I have a caged lanai, which means I can stand in there and comfortably take video. But I did go outside just because I wanted to get a little bit better quality video. So back to ascension symptoms and why they're dangerous. So there are all kinds of reasons that people claim they have ascension symptoms. It could be the Schumann resonance spiking and going off the charts. But I really want to talk about why I think it's dangerous to call everything ascension symptoms. I've been in the spiritual world for many, many years, and I have heard ascension symptoms attributed to everything from very, very mild to very extreme physical issues. And I get fatigue. I get vertigo and fatigue periodically. I just had about 3 days of vertigo and fatigue, and it was really uncomfortable. I had to cancel everything that I had on my schedule this weekend. That's no fun. Maybe ascension could have something to do with it. I'm not going to attribute that strictly to ascension symptoms. And here's why. Because if I pass it off, if we pass everything that happens off as ascension symptoms, we are less likely to get the help that we need. What if there's something going on that I could go get help for, and that help could actually make my body work better? Or that help could make the difference between, in some cases, life and death down the road, or some disease that gets out of control. Now, I am not someone who runs to the doctor every time I feel anything, like not at all. My doctors are acupuncturists, cranial sacral therapists, massage therapists, medical mediums, things like that. I do all of those things first, but if need be, I will also go, I'll get the help that I need, whatever I feel that is. And if I were to just say, okay, it's ascension symptoms, it will pass. Well, maybe it will, maybe it won't. But the danger in that is you might be able to do something about it. You might be able to get help. You might be able to have something that could potentially be chronic be corrected before it becomes chronic. You could save yourself a lot of trouble down the road by getting the help that you need now and acknowledging, okay, there's something misaligned in my body, whether it's caused by the Schumann resonance or my frequency rising or something else. It's kind of doesn't matter why as much as what's going on and how do I correct it? How do I balance it? So again, not taking away the possibility of your frequencies rising, and you might feel some discomfort as your body is becoming less carbon and more crystal. There will be side effects to that inevitably. You can also call on your guidance team, call on your inner knowing and gnosis to support you through it. You can use technologies like Alchemy, and I have one here that I use to help me rebalance and realign my energy and keep anything that's negatively affecting me out of my radius. Really very helpful. And you can use, certainly other technologies, but sometimes those things aren't the thing, supplementation too. How do you know if you're just kind of leaving it up to the idea that it's ascension symptoms? How do you know what to do and how to improve your physical well-being? So this is my public service announcement to just make sure that you're getting the help that you need. Make sure that you are taking care of yourself, that you're not just saying, okay, it's ascension symptoms and I'm upgrading and my frequency's rising, and therefore I'm going to go through some pain and not do anything about what you're experiencing. And, sometimes we do just need a break. Sometimes we need to take a few days of downtime or vacation where we literally just relax. What I did during my 3 days of vertigo and fatigue? I read, I got rested. I really recuperated from, like withdrew from the rest of my life, not because I wanted to, but because I really just didn't have the energy or the balance to interact with people. And then I followed up and I'm getting the care that I need. Chiropractic is another thing that I go to. It's upper cervical chiropractic. I did have a car accident years ago. I believe that whatever happened I had some whiplash. I believe that there's still some recurring things that happen when I move certain ways. I'm working out at the gym regularly now, and when I lift a certain way or do a certain type of exercise, that can trigger the vertigo. And now that I know that, I finally figured that out, honed in on that. I can avoid that type of exercise, but also continue to work toward the root cause, which ultimately is a deeper healing. I don't want to just avoid certain types of exercise. I want to heal the core. I want to heal this from its complete totality so that it's not affecting me in ways that are subtle or even unnoticeable, and so that it doesn't become bigger later. I love to get to the source of things, which is why I kind of avoid modern medicine until I've tried everything else, because I don't want to drug it. I don't want to mask symptoms, which drugs do. I want to go to the source of the issue, find out what's going on, and heal that, and then move forward from there. You might be picking up energies such as, you might hear frequencies in your ear, not tinnitus, which is constant ringing, but you might hear occasional sounds that are like tuning me into something, or I can feel that I'm getting tuned up in a certain way. That's not cause for concern. But I notice when the energy around me is a certain way, I will have these periods of time where I'm hearing different tones in my ears. And that's usually a guide or guidance trying to connect with me and give me some information or download or an upgrade or whatever. And yet, if it was tinnitus and I was having constant ringing, I would find other things to do to correct that. A couple weeks ago, I put out a video on, it was Sharonada Pollock, and she has shungite solutions for cell phone radiation. They're tested and they work. And I'll put a link to that video here because it's really important to have the protections around you to protect you from electromagnetic radiation, which is all around us now with cell phone towers, with modems in our houses, carrying cell phones around, being in cars that have all of these electric devices. We just want to be careful and protect our environment. Alky One protects from that as well, which is why I sleep with one. And I always have one near me when I'm at home. And I wear the pendant when I'm out as well, because it's that extra layer of protection. You can also get shungite pendants and other pendants that will protect you from electromagnetic radiation. This is really all I have for you today. I just wanted to kind of come in and say, hey, I was absent last week. I didn't do any videos. And here's the thing. Sitting in front of the computer for long periods of time can also have me get out of balance, more so as I get farther into this work, which is why, one of the reasons why I'm not consistently releasing videos every Tuesday and Friday. In the past, I would always do a Tuesday video with just me and then a Friday interview, but it's a lot of recording. So if I'm doing that, I'm spending basically 3 days of my week interviewing and editing and filming. And I also don't get paid for that. So it's my outreach. I love doing it, but there's no income in that, and it's taxing on my body. So I'm not always going to be putting all of my effort and time into videos, and it's just too much, and my body will respond by telling me, hey, you need a break. So I will do kind of segments of that when I feel good about it, and then I'll take a break when I need to. And I know that that is not the level of consistency that my business coaches would say. You need to be consistent, you need to get things out. But this is more of a time, at least in my life, for paying attention to what my body needs, for paying attention to what's going to keep me in balance and what is throwing me out of balance. And if I'm doing too much of one thing that's getting me out of balance, then I need to correct that and do less of that thing. Right now, it's finding the balance with the videos and also keeping them somewhat short when I do them so that I'm not over taxing myself and spending a lot of time editing and things like that. Hopefully you are okay with that and you understand. And if you're in my following, I would highly encourage you to listen to your body, listen to what it needs. If you're experiencing symptoms, get the help that you need to get your body in balance and keep yourself aligned and be well and be happy. I'm Waxela Sananda. Thank you so much for watching. Give me a thumbs up, share the video if it's helpful to you. Please subscribe. That helps my channel get seen by others. I appreciate you. I love you. Namaste.